Humanity's origins and the characteristics of our ancestors are subjects that have always sparked curiosity. While mainstream narratives offer certain explanations, there is a wealth of hidden knowledge that paints a more complex picture. Specifically, the concept of green skin and its association with melanin is a topic that has surfaced in various ancient texts, scriptures, and mythologies across the globe. Today we'll explore an intriguing topic: the connection between green skin and melanin in ancient times. Through this exploration, we aim to provide a comprehensive view of how ancient wisdom, forbidden knowledge, and modern scientific understanding converge to reveal the true nature of our ancestral makeup. So join us as we embark on this journey, unlocking the secrets of our past and discovering the hidden truths about green skin and melanin. Biblical references to green skin. The Bible contains several passages that imply a significant connection to green skin, often symbolizing life, fertility, and divine presence. In the verses of Genesis 1:29-30, God provides every green plant for food, establishing a fundamental link between green and sustenance in creation. God says, "I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food." This association suggests that green is a vital element in the life force provided by God to humanity and all living creatures. The emphasis on green plants underscores the importance of green as a life-giving and sustaining color in the biblical narrative. Isaiah 15:6 here. Lush green landscapes are described, possibly symbolizing prosperity, abundance, and the nurturing aspect of nature. The verse reads, "The waters of Nimrim are dried up and the grass is withered, the vegetation is gone and nothing green is left." The depiction of vibrant, green environments highlights the connection between green and the flourishing of life. This symbolism may extend to the idea of beings with green skin, representing a direct embodiment of life and fertility. Ezekiel 1:4 describes the appearance of living creatures with glowing, bright skin. He writes, "I looked and I saw a windstorm coming out of the north, an immense cloud with flashing lightning and surrounded by brilliant light. The center of the fire looked like glowing metal." While the text does not explicitly mention green skin, the radiant and otherworldly nature of these beings suggests a divine or supernatural quality. The glowing skin can be interpreted as an allusion to a powerful and unique form of life force, possibly hinting at a greenish hue associated with divine beings. Revelation 4:3 describes the one who sits on the throne as having the appearance of jasper and carnelian, surrounded by a rainbow resembling an emerald. The verse states, "And the one who sat there had the appearance of jasper and ruby." A rainbow that shone like an emerald encircled the throne. The emerald rainbow suggests a strong presence of green, symbolizing purity, divinity, and eternal life. The imagery of green in this context underscores its importance in representing heavenly and divine attributes. These biblical references provide a foundation for understanding the significance of green in ancient texts. By linking green to creation, prosperity, and divinity, these scriptures hint at the possibility of green-skinned beings embodying these profound qualities. Ancient texts and hidden knowledge. The exploration of ancient texts and hidden knowledge reveals intriguing connections between our ancestral makeup and the concept of green skin. The Book of Enoch, an ancient Jewish text, introduces the Watchers, angelic beings who descended to earth and influenced human genetics. According to the text, these Watchers imparted forbidden knowledge to humanity, including insights into various forms of wisdom and sciences. Some interpretations suggest that the Watchers' genetic influence could have led to unusual physical characteristics, including different skin colors. This hidden knowledge hints at the possibility of green-skinned beings as part of humanity's ancestral heritage. The ancient Sumerian tablets, some of the oldest known written records, describe a pantheon of gods and beings with unusual skin colors. These beings, often referred to as the Anunnaki, are depicted in various forms, sometimes with green or blue skin. The Sumerian creation myths and legends provide a rich source of information on how these beings interacted with humans and influenced early civilizations. The descriptions of green-skinned beings in these ancient records suggest a deep connection to the concept of green skin in human history. The Emerald Tablets of Thoth attributed to the ancient Egyptian deity Thoth, contain profound teachings and ancient wisdom. Thoth, often depicted with green skin in Egyptian art, is associated with knowledge, writing, and magic. The tablets describe the secrets of the universe, the nature of reality, and the process of spiritual transformation. The allegorical references to green skin in these texts symbolize enlightenment, rebirth, and the divine connection between humanity and higher realms. The Dead Sea Scrolls, ancient Jewish manuscripts discovered in the Qumran caves, provide insights into early Jewish beliefs and cosmology. Among the scrolls are descriptions of otherworldly beings, often depicted with radiant or glowing appearances. These beings, referred to as angels or divine messengers, are sometimes described with unusual characteristics that set them apart from humans. The radiant and luminous qualities of these beings hint at the possibility of greenish or glowing skin, symbolizing their divine and supernatural nature. By examining the accounts of the Watchers in the Book of Enoch, the Anunnaki in the Sumerian tablets, the teachings of Thoth in the Emerald tablets, and the otherworldly beings in the Dead Sea Scrolls, we uncover a rich tapestry of ancient wisdom that illuminates the significance of green skin in human history. Historical facts and locations. The symbolism of green skin and its association with divine attributes and ancestral heritage is prevalent across various ancient cultures. Let's explore some historical facts and locations that highlight the significance of green skin. In ancient Egypt, green skin was prominently featured in depictions of gods and goddesses. Osiris, the god of the afterlife, rebirth, and fertility, was often portrayed with green skin. This symbolism represented his connection to regeneration and the fertile Nile River. The color green in Egyptian mythology signified life, growth, and renewal, underscoring the divine nature and rebirth associated with Osiris. The extensive use of green pigments in Egyptian art and artifacts reflects the cultural and spiritual importance of this color. In Mesoamerican cultures such as the Aztecs and Mayans, green stones like jade and turquoise were highly prized. These stones were used in rituals, ceremonial objects, and depictions of deities. The green color symbolized fertility, growth, and the vital force of nature. Deities like Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent god, were often associated with green hues, representing life, renewal, and the connection between the earthly and the divine. The use of green pigments in their art and iconography further emphasized the sacredness of the color. Across various African cultures, there are references to green-skinned people in tribal folklore and mythology. These beings are often depicted as powerful, mystical, and closely connected to the natural world. In some African myths, green-skinned figures symbolize the harmony between humans and nature, representing life, fertility, and the sustenance provided by the earth. The reverence for green-skinned beings in these stories highlights the cultural significance of the color green and its association with life-giving properties. In Indian mythology, deities like Krishna and Vishnu are sometimes depicted with blue or greenish skin tones. Krishna, an avatar of Vishnu, is often shown with a dark blue or greenish complexion, symbolizing his divine nature and cosmic energy. Vishnu himself, the preserver and protector of the universe, is also depicted with similar skin tones. The greenish-blue hue represents their divine essence, eternal life, and their roles in maintaining balance and harmony in the cosmos. These depictions underscore the spiritual and cultural importance of these colors in Indian traditions. In ancient Greek mythology, green-skinned gods and goddesses are featured in various stories. Demeter, the goddess of the harvest and fertility, is often associated with the green of growing plants. Gaia, the personification of the earth, is depicted with green elements, symbolizing life and fertility. These mythological figures embody the nurturing and life-sustaining aspects of nature, reinforcing the significance of green as a symbol of life and growth. The reverence for these deities highlights the ancient Greeks' deep connection to the natural world and its cycles. These historical facts and locations illustrate the widespread cultural and spiritual significance of green skin across different ancient civilizations. Melanin and its importance. Understanding melanin and its significance provides deeper insights into our ancestral makeup, connecting us to various cultural and spiritual narratives. In Genesis 2:7, the Bible states, "Then the Lord God formed a man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being." This verse links the creation of humanity to the earth itself, suggesting a profound connection between humans and the natural world. The reference to dust of the ground can be interpreted as an allusion to melanin, the pigment that gives color to human skin. This connection emphasizes the idea that melanin is a fundamental and divine aspect of human existence, rooted in the very earth from which we were formed. During the medieval period in Europe, there were numerous texts and artworks that depicted dark-skinned saints and holy figures. These depictions challenged the prevailing racial biases of the time, suggesting that holiness and divinity transcended skin color. Figures such as Saint Maurice, a Roman legionary depicted as a dark-skinned Christian martyr, were venerated across Europe. The inclusion of melanin-rich saints in religious iconography highlighted the spiritual significance and reverence for darker skin tones in medieval Christian traditions. In various indigenous cultures around the world, melanin-rich skin is often revered and celebrated. Many traditional societies hold a deep respect for the natural variations in skin color, viewing melanin-rich individuals as embodying strength, resilience, and a closer connection to the earth and nature. For example, in African cultures, dark skin is often associated with beauty, vitality, and ancestral wisdom. Similarly, in Native American and Pacific Islander cultures, darker skin is seen as a symbol of endurance and harmony with the natural environment. By linking melanin to the earth and divinity, these traditions emphasize its significance in understanding our ancestral makeup. Melanin is not merely a biological trait, but a profound connection to our heritage, spirituality, and the natural world. Scientific correlation. Melanin is a natural pigment produced by cells called melanocytes in the skin. Its primary function is to protect the skin from the harmful effects of ultraviolet UV radiation. When the skin is exposed to UV rays, melanocytes increase the production of melanin, which absorbs and dissipates the radiation, reducing the risk of DNA damage that can lead to skin cancer. This protective mechanism highlights melanin's essential role in safeguarding human health, particularly for individuals living in areas with intense sunlight. Melanin's ability to protect against UV radiation underscores its importance in human evolution and survival. Chlorophyll in plants and hemoglobin in humans share striking similarities, both being essential for life. Chlorophyll, the green pigment in plants, is crucial for photosynthesis, the process by which plants convert sunlight into energy. Hemoglobin, the red pigment in human blood, is responsible for transporting oxygen from the lungs to the rest of the body. Both molecules have a similar structure, with a central metal atom, magnesium in chlorophyll and iron in hemoglobin, surrounded by a complex organic ring. This structural similarity points to a fundamental connection between plant and human life, emphasizing the intertwined nature of life on Earth. The presence of chlorophyll and hemoglobin as life-sustaining molecules in different kingdoms of life highlights a fascinating parallel that underlines the universal principles of biology. Research on the genetic basis of skin color has provided significant insights into the evolutionary advantages of melanin. Studies have identified several genes that influence skin pigmentation, such as the MC1R gene, which affects melanin production. Variations in these genes have evolved in response to environmental factors, particularly UV radiation levels. For example, populations living near the equator, where UV radiation is strongest, tend to have higher melanin levels, offering better protection against UV damage. Conversely, populations in higher latitudes with lower UV exposure have lighter skin, which is more efficient at synthesizing vitamin D in low-light conditions. These genetic adaptations demonstrate how human populations have evolved different skin colors as a response to their environments, showcasing the dynamic interplay between genetics and natural selection. These scientific correlations enhance our understanding of melanin's role beyond its immediate biological functions. Cultural and historical context. The significance of green and melanin-rich skin is deeply rooted in various cultural and historical contexts. In pre-Columbian America, green-skinned gods were prominently featured in the mythology and religious practices of cultures such as the Aztecs and Mayans. One notable deity is Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent god, who is often depicted with green feathers and associated with wind, rain, fertility, and knowledge. The green coloration of Quetzalcoatl symbolizes life, growth, and the essential connection between the heavens and the earth. This deity's representation underscores the importance of green as a divine and life-sustaining color in Mesoamerican cultures. In Africa and the Middle East, various folklore and mythologies describe green-skinned beings. African tribal myths often feature powerful mystical figures with green skin, symbolizing a deep connection to nature, fertility, and the earth. In Middle Eastern traditions, green is a color associated with paradise and divine favor. The Islamic tradition, for instance, considers green to be the color of the Prophet Muhammad's cloak, symbolizing life and renewal. These cultural narratives highlight the reverence for green-skinned beings and their association with the sacred and the life-giving aspects of nature. Medieval alchemy often utilized the symbol of the green lion, which represented transformation and the quest for the philosopher's stone. The green lion was seen as a powerful alchemical agent capable of transmuting base metals into gold and symbolizing the purification and perfection of the soul. This symbol was associated with hidden knowledge and the transformative processes of nature and the human spirit. The use of green in alchemical symbolism underscores its connection to profound transformation, growth, and the pursuit of hidden truths. During the Renaissance, artists frequently used green and dark-skinned figures in their religious paintings to convey various symbolic meanings. Green was often used to depict life, fertility, and rebirth, reflecting the influence of classical antiquity and medieval symbolism. Dark-skinned figures in religious art, such as the Magi and nativity scenes, were depicted to emphasize the universality of Christianity and the inclusion of all races in the divine plan. These artistic choices reflect the cultural and theological significance attributed to green and melanin-rich skin during this period. These cultural and historical contexts illustrate the diverse and profound ways in which different civilizations have perceived and represented green and melanin-rich skin. Ancient sites and artifacts. Exploring ancient sites and artifacts reveals the widespread cultural reverence for green pigments and stones, underscoring their significance in various civilizations. In the pyramids of Giza, archaeologists have discovered green pigments in burial chambers and on various artifacts. The use of green pigments in these sacred spaces aligns with the Egyptian belief in the color's association with rebirth, fertility, and immortality. Green was often used to symbolize the rejuvenation of the deceased in the afterlife, as seen in the green-painted funerary items and the depictions of gods like Osiris. The presence of these pigments in such a significant archaeological site highlights the cultural importance of green in ancient Egyptian beliefs and practices. At Machu Picchu, the Incan citadel in Peru, numerous artifacts have been found adorned with green stone inlays, such as jade and turquoise. These green stones were highly valued in Incan culture, symbolizing life, fertility, and the connection to the natural world. The intricate use of green stones in ceremonial objects and jewelry reflects their spiritual significance and the reverence the Incas had for these materials. The artifacts from Machu Picchu provide insight into the cultural and religious practices of the Incas, emphasizing the importance of green stones in their society. Stonehenge, the prehistoric monument in England, has been linked to ancient rituals involving green symbolism. While the site itself does not contain green pigments or stones, some theories suggest that the surrounding landscape, with its lush greenery, played a crucial role in the rituals and ceremonies conducted there. The alignment of Stonehenge with the solstices indicates a deep connection to natural cycles and the life-giving properties of the earth, which are often symbolized by the color green. This association underscores the potential reverence for green and its symbolism in ancient British rituals. The ruins of Great Zimbabwe, an ancient city in southern Africa, contain numerous artifacts that suggest a reverence for green stones and pigments. The people of Great Zimbabwe used green soapstone to create intricate sculptures, including the famous Zimbabwe bird statues. These artifacts indicate the importance of green stones in their culture, possibly symbolizing fertility, power, and connection to the ancestors. The extensive use of green materials in their art and architecture reflects the cultural and spiritual significance of this color in the society of Great Zimbabwe. These ancient sites and artifacts provide compelling evidence of the widespread cultural reverence for green pigments and stones. Mythological connections. The mythologies of various cultures feature green-skinned beings and symbols that highlight the importance of green in their narratives, often associating the color with nature, life, and divinity. In Greek mythology, there are numerous stories of green-skinned nymphs and nature spirits. Nymphs, often associated with specific natural features like rivers, trees, and mountains, were depicted with green hues to symbolize their connection to the earth and vegetation. Dryads, tree nymphs, are particularly notable, as they were believed to dwell in and embody the essence of trees. The green skin of these nymphs represented their close relationship with the natural world and their role as protectors of nature. In Norse mythology, Yggdrasil, the world tree, is a central cosmic symbol often depicted with green foliage. Yggdrasil connects the 9 worlds of Norse cosmology and is associated with life, growth, and the cyclical nature of existence. The green foliage of Yggdrasil symbolizes its role as a source of life and sustenance for all beings. The tree is an eternal symbol of vitality and the interconnectedness of all life, reflecting the profound reverence for nature in Norse culture. Hindu mythology features several deities depicted with green or greenish-blue skin, such as Rama and Krishna. Rama, an avatar of the god Vishnu, is often shown with greenish-blue skin, symbolizing his divine nature and his role as a preserver and protector of Dharma, cosmic order. Krishna, another avatar of Vishnu, is depicted with a dark blue or greenish complexion, representing his boundless energy and divine essence. These depictions underscore the association of green skin with divinity, vitality, and cosmic balance in Hindu tradition. Celtic mythology includes legends of the Green Man and other nature deities. The Green Man, often depicted as a face surrounded by or made from leaves, symbolizes the spirit of nature, growth, and rebirth. He is considered a guardian of the natural world and is associated with the cycles of life and death. Other Celtic deities, such as the god Cernunnos, are also linked to nature and fertility, often portrayed with green elements to emphasize their connection to the earth. These myths highlight the Celts' deep respect for nature and their belief in the divine presence within the natural world. Ancient symbolism and rituals. The use of green in ancient symbolism and rituals reveals its deep significance in various cultural practices, often associated with transformation, healing, and the natural world. In medieval alchemy, the green lion is a powerful symbol representing transformation and the quest for the philosopher's stone. The green lion devouring the sun, a common alchemical image, symbolizes the process of turning base metals into gold and achieving spiritual enlightenment. This imagery reflects the transformative power of green, associated with growth, renewal, and the ultimate goal of alchemy, achieving the philosopher's stone, which symbolizes perfection, immortality, and enlightenment. The green lion thus embodies the alchemical principles of transformation and hidden knowledge. In ancient Egypt, green stones like malachite were used extensively in rituals and associated with resurrection and healing. Malachite, with its vibrant green color, was believed to have protective and healing properties. It was used in amulets, jewelry, and ceremonial objects to ensure the protection and rebirth of the deceased in the afterlife. The ritual use of green stones in burial practices underscores their significance in Egyptian beliefs about life, death, and the afterlife. Green was seen as a color of life and rejuvenation, essential in the rituals aimed at ensuring a safe passage to the next world. Among various indigenous tribes, the use of green body paint and symbolism in spiritual ceremonies reflects the color's deep cultural significance. For example, in some Native American tribes, green paint was used in rituals to symbolize the earth, nature, and fertility. It was believed to bring the wearer closer to the natural world and its life-giving forces. Similarly, in African and Pacific Islander cultures, green body paint was used in ceremonies to honor deities, ancestors, and the natural environment. These practices highlight the reverence for green as a symbol of life, growth, and the sacred connection between humans and nature. In Celtic traditions, the green man is a prominent symbol representing rebirth in the natural world. Depicted as a face surrounded by or made from leaves, the green man embodies the spirit of nature, fertility, and the cycles of life and death. He is often associated with spring and the renewal of life after winter. The green man appears in architecture, carvings, and folklore throughout the Celtic regions, symbolizing humanity's deep connection to the earth and its seasonal cycles. This enduring symbol reflects the Celts' profound respect for the natural world and their belief in the continuous cycle of growth and renewal. These examples of ancient symbolism and rituals demonstrate the universal significance of green in various cultural contexts. Hidden knowledge and forbidden texts. The Nag Hammadi Library, a collection of early Christian and Gnostic texts discovered in Egypt in 1945, contains references to spiritual beings with luminous and radiant appearances. These texts, such as the Apocryphon of John, describe celestial beings known as aeons, who inhabit the divine realm of Pleroma. Their radiant, often greenish appearances signify their purity and divine nature. The descriptions of these luminous beings suggest a connection to the concept of green skin as an embodiment of divine light and spiritual energy. The Nag Hammadi texts offer a glimpse into early Gnostic beliefs about the ethereal and radiant nature of divine beings. Gnostic texts, such as those found in the Nag Hammadi Library, provide detailed descriptions of otherworldly entities and their connection to human ancestry. For instance, the Pistis Sophia describes beings known as archons, who possess radiant, sometimes greenish appearances and play a role in the creation of the material world. These entities are often depicted as having a direct influence on human genetics and spiritual development. The Gnostics believed that humanity's true origin lies in the divine realm and that our physical forms are imbued with elements of these celestial beings. The connection to green skin in these texts underscores the idea of a divine and otherworldly heritage. Various ancient manuscripts, often considered forbidden texts due to their esoteric and advanced knowledge, detail profound insights into human genetics and ethereal beings. For example, the Zohar, a foundational work of Jewish mysticism, contains passages that describe the creation of humanity and the infusion of divine light into our physical forms. These descriptions often include references to luminous, radiant beings that influence human development. Similarly, the Sefer Yetzirah, another ancient Jewish text, delves into the mysteries of creation and the interplay between divine forces and human genetics. These manuscripts suggest that humanity's physical and spiritual attributes, including skin color, are influenced by higher ethereal beings. These hidden and forbidden texts reveal a rich tapestry of ancient knowledge that connects green skin and melanin to divine and otherworldly influences. The luminous beings in the Nag Hammadi Library, the celestial entities in Gnostic texts, and the advanced genetic insights in ancient manuscripts all point to a deeper understanding of our ancestral makeup. Conclusion. Throughout history, green skin has symbolized life, fertility, and divine presence. Biblical references like those in Genesis, Isaiah, Ezekiel, and Revelation highlight the sacred and life-giving attributes associated with the color green. Ancient texts such as the Book of Enoch, Sumerian tablets, Emerald tablets of Thoth, and the Dead Sea Scrolls further illuminate the influence of celestial beings on human genetics and spiritual development, often depicted with radiant, greenish appearances. Scientifically, melanin plays a crucial role in protecting against UV radiation and has significant evolutionary advantages. The parallels between chlorophyll in plants and hemoglobin in humans highlight the universal principles of life. Genetic studies provide insights into the diversity of human skin pigmentation and its adaptive significance. Culturally and historically, myths and legends from around the world, such as those in Greek, Norse, Hindu, and Celtic traditions, depict green-skinned beings as symbols of nature, life, and the divine. Ancient rituals and symbolism including alchemy's green lion, Egyptian malachite use, indigenous body paint, and the Celtic green man, emphasize the transformative and sacred qualities of green. In summary, the connections between green skin, melanin, and ancient wisdom reveal a complex and multifaceted understanding of our ancestral heritage. These findings emphasize the importance of melanin not only as a biological trait, but also as a profound link to our spiritual and cultural history. By uncovering the hidden knowledge passed down through generations, we gain a deeper appreciation of the diverse and divine aspects of human existence, enriching our understanding of who we are and where we come from.